what are some good Gumroad alternatives? Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from Mindful Marketplace, and welcome back to Serve at Scale. This is our community podcast where we look at what can you borrow to build, what can you leverage to launch, what tools, tech, software, and services allow you to 10x your output, your audience, your impact, and ultimately your income on a bootstrap budget. So earlier today in our community, a couple of people asked about some alternatives to Gumroad. I've been doing some walkthroughs of using Gumroad to sell digital downloads and memberships and so forth and so on. And the first thing I would ask, I don't mean this in a sarcastic or a cheeky way, but why would you need an alternative to Gumroad? I think that's an important question to ask yourself, because Gumroad does pretty much what most small entrepreneurs, makers, creatives, authors, and artists need, and you can start for free. It has email automation built in. You can add unlimited amounts of products. You can create a membership. You don't have to pay for Gumroad unless you want to. You pay a higher transaction fee if you are using the free level. I am not an expert on Gumroad's fee structure, but it's 5%, I believe, or maybe it's 3.5% actually when you start paying. And I believe the first payment tier is $10 a month. If you're on the free plan, which gives you a lot of ability to do a lot of great things as a new marketer or new maker, author, artist, etc. I think it's 5% on the free and 3.5% on the first fee-based tier. So the alternative that comes to mind most immediately for me, and this is what I recommended on our forum earlier today, is BuymeACoffee. BuymeACoffee is a really beautiful, I think it's better aesthetically. It's more visually appealing than Gumroad is. It has the same basic fee structure, also has memberships, also has email, automation and email. Actually, I'm not sure if BuymeACoffee has automated email sequences. As a matter of fact, I think that's an untrue statement. They have email newsletters and membership style email newsletters, but they don't have triggers, I don't think, where you're staggering or staging or sequencing email over a short period of time by dint of a user action like purchasing something or signing up for your list. These are distinctions that do have a difference, and I cover these in other areas of our community, as well as other free videos and audios like this one on YouTube. All right, so BuymeACoffee is beautiful. It's free. And I recommend it. If you're looking for an alternative to Gumroad because there are things about Gumroad you don't love, then go give BuymeACoffee a try. The most salient shortcoming that I find for folks who are using BuymeACoffee instead of Gumroad is they don't have at this juncture a custom domain functionality. So what that means is you're always using a BuymeACoffee URL in your store, and your store is going to look beautiful. They have a great app, all that sort of thing. But I do find that to be a significant shortcoming, that you kind of are stuck using BuymeACoffee's URL, and that feels it can feel a little bit cheesy to me if you're a professional. Okay, so the next recommendation I'd make is Podia, and Podia is a much more robust, platform than Gumroad is, but it is something that many folks find is a competitor of Gumroad. So people are, kind of moving back and forth between LMS software like Podia and Teachable and Kajabi and Thinkific, and Gumroad's in that mix as well, in that conversation. So people are comparing the two. We use Podia. You can see, if you're listening to this before May of 2021, you can see our Podia storefront, partners.mindfulmarketplace.com. I believe in May we may be moving that URL to a different LMS, but if you're listening to this as I record it, you can see what a Podia storefront looks like. That's pretty fleshed out. We have a membership program there. We have our email automation sequences. We have our affiliate program, all of that runs on Podia. And I may leave it actually beyond May of 2021. I've been using it for years, but we've grown to the point now where I think another platform may be a step up, and that's kind of what I have in the radar for the short-term future, maybe as soon as May 1st, 2021. Okay, so Podia is really a great alternative. You can check them out as well, but they are more expensive. You pay no fees, but we pay $79 a month for Podia, and that's a significant, increase, obviously, right up front than you're going to pay using something like Gumroad or BuymeACoffee. And the last option that I recommend, if you're using Podia, if you want to use something like BuymeACoffee or Gumroad as a membership site for your community, lots of people are doing that. They're using Gumroad for their membership features. Take a look at Ghost. Ghost is a free CMS. It's probably not even considered a CMS. I'm just a dummy when it comes to the technical jargon. It's a blog platform that is it's a publishing platform for independent authors and teachers and coaches and writers and newsletter creators. It's really phenomenal. Look, you can see our Ghost community at community.mindfulmarketplace.com. I love Ghost. Again, Ghost is free. The only cost you incur is you have to pay for hosting. The good news is, Ghost used to be expensive when it came to hosting. Let me restate this. You do not need to host your site on Ghost, but Ghost Pro is how they monetize the software, right? So they have this hosting platform called Ghost Pro, and most really super serious publishers use Ghost Pro for their hosting. The good news is, as of the most recent Ghost release, which is 4.0, they have a really affordable, low entry point hosting plan, which is now $9 a month. I believe prior to Ghost 4, the lowest tier was $36 a month, and maybe it was $29 a month if you paid for it by the year, and $36 if you paid for it by the month. Today, it's $9 a month if you pay up front for the year, and $15 a month if you pay for it monthly. The Ghost membership software, though, allows you to own your own brand, right? So you can publish your blog, you can gate and restrict your content and community, and you can pretty much run an entire membership site on your own publishing platform using Ghost without paying any fees on any transactions. It's Stripe enabled, which means that if you're only going to pay Stripe processing fees, which are not that high, and you control all of your funds thereafter. There's no fee taken out like BuymeACoffee and Gumroad do in particular. Okay, so check out Ghost. Again, you can check out our community, which is running on Ghost, and our community blog, which is running on Ghost, and Ghost also has those Stripe-enabled membership features built in. You can see that, how they look on our blog as well, or our platform as well. All right, and of course there are other options. There are the Kajabis of the world, Teachables, Thinkifics. We also use a platform called Pathright, which is quite awesome, but it's much more sophisticated than something like Gumroad, and it's a little bit pricier, but it's really the best education-oriented software probably on the market. So, all right, that's today's episode of Serve at Scale. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask. If you're in our community, just ask in the community comment section. If you're listening to this on YouTube or via our podcast, feel free to get in touch with me, Ian at mindfulmarketplace.com, and I am always happy to help. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to everyone soon.